What's going on, family? My name is Black Phoenix, and I'm the owner of Hogon Welding and the founder of Hogon University. And I went from Gangster Disciple to growth and development. And I want to talk about that just a little bit because I had a few people inbox me about gang violence and about growing up in rural areas and about representing different things and about staying true or switching up or going back and really helping that community. And I wanted to state something for the record. I grew up, growing up, before I knew anything about anything, I grew up in a Crip environment. You know, all of my cousins and people that I looked to, they was Crips. And it was blue everywhere, you know what I mean? And so, I've always respected the color blue. It is what it is. It's just like if I was raised in a community that their color was red or their color was gold or their color was green, you know what I mean? Whatever color it is, I think that that's part of just how we're raised. They say we're a product of our environment. So I have to be realistic and say that the only reason we are what we are is because what we was raised at, just like our parents. We have no choice on who our parents are when we're born, and we have no choice on what color of our skin is once we're born. It's something that was given to us and we just have to work with it. But I believe in taking one concept from a 360 mentality to a 720 mentality. Now, I want to state this for the record. When I, in graphic growth and development, I was around 13, I believe, at the time, 12 or 13, maybe. Yeah, I was about 13, I believe. 13 to maybe 14, but I believe 13 to 14 at the time. And when I came in, it was around 93, 94. And, during that time, it was growth and development. But there was a lot of gangster disciple mentality going on. There was a lot of 360 mentality still. There was a lot of concepts that were still being practiced, that we haven't grew up into. But when I got involved in it, it was growth and development. So it was the education of it. It was the literature. It was the development of us going from one rural area and really building something and taking ourselves to another dimension. And I remember my clique at the time, SSG, we was all raised in broken homes, broken families. We even had one dad or one mama stayed with a grandmother or auntie or a granddad or something like that, and all of us came together, and we was like, hey, we're gonna take care of one another. So, we grew up in a small area. And, in the small areas, it was always family orientated, and, the areas where I'm from Reed to McGee to Dumas to Durham, Arkansas City, everything is family orientated. So, it was easy for us to engraft, growth and development because, it was given a structure. And I wanted to say that because I could have became a Crip, and growing up, when you're a kid, we used to play Bloods and Crips, and I always, I'm on the blue side all the time. We used to play it growing up. And it was funny because, it was just what I was raised. But it was more than, to me was more than just representing, a block or representing a color and just staying true. But it really didn't give me no information. But once I started getting more information on growth and development, and I started learning more about Larry Hoover, and I started learning more about King David and Shorty Barksdale, Shorty Freeman, and I started learning about these people, and I started thinking about how they were structuring things, and I started learning about Jeff Ford, and I started learning about the Black Peace Stones, and I started learning about L Rookies and Vice Lords and BGD and GD, and I understood what these concepts was actually doing for our people. Just like, in the era, you got one era where we have the Black Panthers who were literally founded to uplift the people. That's what they purpose, to uplift and protect the people. Now you have a group of inner city youth who's coming together building a thing to say, hey, we need to come together to get some money and take care of our blocks because we seeing what's going on around us. They killing us, they making money, we ain't got nothing, you know what I mean? So the concept started, hey, we need to stick together but we got to do what the mob's doing, what the mafia is doing. We got to be collective with this. So it was one thinking one way, and then realizing, nah, we got to fight it with politics. We got to fight it non-violence. We got to be able to make a movement. We got to come together. That's when 21st Century Vote come in. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of concepts that came across that really opened my eyes about embracing who I am, embracing the Star of David, you know what I mean? So I don't knock anything that anyone believe, but me personally, I'm going to stay true to what I am, you know what I mean? So that's why I like to say I went from Gangster Disciple to growth and development, because, I don't feel like, I have to switch up on anything. Like, I'm not, I don't knock anyone who has become Christians or Muslims or Masons, or everybody go different paths, but me personally, I'm just I feel like I'm more spiritual inclined, and I'm not religious, family, but I'm very spiritual, and I'm spiritual inclined, and I believe in our ancestors, and I stand on the Star of David, family. Like, I really believe in the concept. I really believe in what Larry did, his sacrifice that he's making right now. He's over 70 years old, and hopefully he gets out, but it's a possibility that he might not get out. He might die incarcerated, you know what I mean? So it's humbling to know that this information has evolved over time. And I know that it's many people who stand under the flag, and I want to help those who want to help themselves. Right now, I'm at my mom's house. I've been renovating. I'm inside of the garage that I turned into a independent welding school where I teach classes. And to me, that's what growth and development is about. It's about learning something and giving back. And you got to start from somewhere. Hopefully here soon you'll see me in a big school, but right now, hey, this is where we got to get started at. And I have people coming down, getting classes. I have people that I'm aiding assistant now. I have people that I see now that's not only, under growth and development, but they trying to grow and develop. And that's who I want to help. Anyone that's trying to change. Sometimes we get caught up in thinking, well, this color, or he under that flag. I don't mind that. The way I look at it, family, we under this flag, and I'm willing to help everybody. That's why, growth and development doesn't have it isn't black growth and development. It's just growth and development. But we know we coming for our people, but we need everybody to do this, family. Like, we in a society, family, where we know that it's controlled and built upon white supremacy. And if we don't come together and figure out a way to conquer it and overcome it, family, we're going to be stuck in the same situation. So, I understand now more than ever what the concept means. And that's what I do with my life. I believe that that's my purpose. You know what I mean? I want to be able to not give the youngsters drugs or give them a mission to go hurt someone. I want to give them some knowledge they can use to get them out the situation they in, and they can take this knowledge and go anywhere and reestablish themselves and build something and bring their families and build bigger families and bigger networks. That's what I want to do. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like I can't switch it up. I can't go from one thing to another. I am what I am. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that, because I know what my purpose is now. At times, we struggle on finding who we are, what we are, where we're going, what we want to accomplish in life. And now I just realize that, my goal is just to keep the torch lit, man, and to live a life that's dedicated to growth and development, that's dedicated to helping my youth, that's dedicated to helping my people rise, helping anyone who's willing to grow. And that's why I make my stuff public, because if you're willing to grow and develop, I'm willing to help you, because I learned one thing: you can cast your pearls before the people that you want to help, and they might not take it, and it might be someone else that might grab it. You know what I mean? So, even Christ came and he delivered his message to his people. And once his people rejected, he gave it to everyone. He made it accessible to everyone. But he went to them first and said, hey, this is for you. I came here to help you. And they pushed him off. You know what I mean? So in life, it happens like that. And I realized that when we have concepts, when we have different people who represent different things, and I think that there's nothing wrong with them standing strong, because that's where they come from. And they need to be that representation to say, hey, you can change. Yeah, I was ignorant. Y'all did this, but now I'm on this. And I feel like that's the whole mission of America, isn't it? Isn't it to go from one thing to another, to say, hey, I had to pull myself up You know, even though, like Dr. King said, we ain't got no bootstraps, you know what I mean? Blacks in America, we just got shoes, you know, we just in feel. So we can't just do ourselves like another citizen who comes over from another country and pull themselves up. You know, we got to work with what we got. And family, it starts with education. It starts with financial literacy. It starts with growth and development of the mind, breaking chains, going back, figuring out different things you got to work out in your personal life, from your family. Like, the struggle goes on, family. You never get to the point where you get it. You know what I mean? And that's why I am a forever member of growth and development, as far as standing under it and helping others, because I know as long as I live, I got to grow. I got to change. I got to do something, because as long as I stay stagnated, I'm not going to help anyone. I'm not even helping myself. So, you know, I believe in it to the point where I'm willing to let my actions speak louder than my words. I'm willing to help. I'm willing to assist all I can with my life and help anyone who want to grow and develop. I don't care what color you are, what flag you stand under. If you ready to change and you want to do something with your life, that's my purpose, to help. I can't cut, you know, my blessing is to be a light. Once I'm on, I'm on. But it's not my goal to wake anyone up. Once you wake up, I'm going to shine and say, hey, this is how you can do it, fam. This is how you can win. But it's not my goal to wake you up, because everybody wakes up in their own time. So me personally, I went from Gangster Disciple to growth and development. And that's what I believe in. That's what I stand under. And that's what the Hog University is all about. An Afrocentric trade school that teaches change, that teaches growth, that takes a person from one level and get them to the next. Hog on.